Hello guys and welcome to a new WetalkUAV video. Today we're talking about long exposure photography, and it's something that people don't really do that much and don't really talk that much, and we don't really know why. So with a couple of free will filters and the 1000 and 2000 and the Mavic 2 Pro and the zoom, and we're gonna see how this works. Let's go inside. Chivo, please, I just want to work. Stop with that cinematic thing. Do you think you're Peter McKinnon or what? Chivo, again? Come on, please, stop that. I'm just getting nervous already. Come on. Hello guys and welcome again. This is Alex Assenmacher with Chivo on the camera. As I've told you, this is a video about long exposure photography, and we're gonna tell you a little bit what it is, how it works, kind of a tutorial. So first of all, what means long exposure? Well, it actually is really easy. It means that you have a very slow shutter speed. Well, thanks for that, Captain Obvious. Did you ever wonder why you can go from 150, for example, on your shutter speed on the drone up to 1-2 seconds or more? Well, it was always there, but you probably never use it. We're gonna explain you why. Well, this means that the first big problem that we have here is that we have to control the light that comes into the sensor when long exposing, in order not to have an overexposed image. You know that from those wide images that are just too ugly.
Baby, why can't you sleep?
Now that we know this, there are three main options that you can do long exposure photography. The first one, without talking about the filters yet, is you go out there at night, do some pics, use the lights of the cars, whatever lights you want, lower the ISO, slow shutter speed, you have your photography. But in most countries it is not allowed to film at night, so you jump over to option 2. You have a manual aperture. You can change the aperture on your drone, go all the way up to f11 or how much you ever can, and then lower the ISO and do the picture. But sometimes there's too much light, so it just doesn't work. And then you have to jump onto option number 3, and this is when these guys enter the game, long exposure photography filters. And now let's see how this option 3 works. For this purpose, we came here to the beach. Shiva, why do you make me do this always? Everybody knows we're at the beach already. We came here to the beach because actually we never did long exposure photography on a drone, so this is also new for us. This is an experiment. And today, as you can see, it's really windy, and we want to learn. We want to show you how you can learn too. So we're happy that you learn by us teaching how we learn. Does that make sense?
The truth, do or die. Is it me or is it you? You can say I haven't tried to cross this great divide.
We've talked a lot about filters in this channel. Go and search for when to use them, how to use them, and why they work so good and why you do need them. And basically, and for summing up, the ND filters are just created for allowing less light coming into the sensor. They kind of work like sunglasses on your eyes. They just block light coming into the sensor. And the thing is, when you are using a slow shutter speed, of course there's a lot of light coming in, so you just have to block it. So for this purpose, we have free wells and the 1000 for the Mavic 2 Pro filter and the 2000 for the Mavic 2 Zoom. We have also some others, but we're gonna start with this one. You may know ND8 and the 16 filters. This is 1000 and 2000. The 1000 is 10 f-stops, which is just a lot. And for example, if you take an ND4 filter and you just look into the light, you can still see, but Chivo, look at this. It's blocking like a lot of light. Now you may ask yourself the question, why should I use them, or when should I use them? First of all, and most important, you want to do long exposure photography because until now, if you did regular photography, you were just freezing a moment. But right now we want to freeze motion. This means that we do want to take a picture, but you need something that is moving. And with long exposure photography, you will see motion inside a photography, which is really great. And this allows you to be super creative. For that, you'll need the sea, you'll need a river, you'll need cars moving, you need always something that moves in order to get a nice motion inside a picture. Now, a couple of things more before flying, and we're going now to fly. First of all, remember that this is an experiment for us, and the whole purpose is to see if it's easy, if the quality is good or not. And talking about the quality, indeed, we know that when using regular DSLRs or mirrorless cameras, when attaching the ND1000 filters, you sometimes lose quality, definition, sharpness, and sometimes on the borders of the image you'll lose image quality in terms of color and all that. We're gonna show you the end result at the end of this video so that you can take your own conclusions. You're gonna be surprised, I'm pretty sure. Now, no more talking and let's go fly this thing. After flying the Mavic 2 Pro, a few tips from what we just saw. First of all, try to do pictures between 1, 2 and maybe 3 seconds. Avoid going higher than that because there's always going to be a little bit of wind and then the pictures are going to be blurry. Second, do as many pictures as possible. We've seen that many of the pics we took were not good because today it's really windy. So 1, 2 pictures will be good out of 15, for example. And third, be creative. Don't try to get the perfect picture because it's going to be difficult. Be creative, do things from the point of view you never did before. For the 2 zoom, we're going to use the ND2000 because, as you know, on the 2 zoom you don't have adjustable aperture, so we'll have to go a little bit higher when blocking the light. After filming with the Mavic 2 Zoom, it was a little bit more complicated because as you cannot adjust the aperture, you had to go at least, first step, with ND2000, at least. Because otherwise, in a sunny, brighty day, it's not gonna work. It was kind of more complicated to adjust properly the setting. And then again, the same as before, do as many pics as you can because there are gonna be tons, especially if it's windy like today, there are gonna be a tons of pictures that are gonna be bad. And try to be creative. So that's it. Today we were using the ND filters that came here. You can actually buy them separately from Freewell. And you can also buy, they have some packs here, some nice packs. They are named long exposure filter packs. They go from ND128 up to ND1000. So depending on the conditions you're gonna be filming, you're gonna be using either a pack, you're gonna need all 4 of them, or you can buy them separately. As I told you, for the Mavic 2 Zoom, go at least for the ND2000 because in a sunny day you're gonna need this. And the Mavic 2 Pro went well with the ND1000. Nothing really else. We're gonna leave you the link in the description so we save you some time looking and searching. And we really hope that you liked this video, that it was helpful. We loved it, and of course you have already seen the final result. So nothing really else to say. Leave a like, please, for the whole thing. Subscribe if you're not yet, the bell and all that. And thanks a lot for watching. Always remember to keep calm and talk UAV.